Have you noticed that in America, even when you finished paying for the house is like, cute, but we're not done. You pay off the mortgage, you stand there like Rocky at the top of the stairs playing music, fists in the air, tears in your eyes. I did it, I beat the system, I have the house paid off. And the house is like, absolutely. Now, let's discuss taxes, insurance, maintenance, and the fact that the water heater has chosen violence. That's the reverse mortgage conversation right there. Because reverse mortgages are sold to people like the house is finally about to help out. The ad always has some beloved celebrity looking directly into the camera like he's your uncle at a Thanksgiving. I mean, a calm voice, soft lighting. Hey, you've worked hard. Your home can work for you now. And you're thinking to yourself, work for you? This house has been doing freelance sabotage for 20 years. What are we exactly talking about? And that's what makes it so good. The pitch is beautiful. Stay in your home, access the equity, no required monthly mortgage payment, and it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing just as I said it. And that sounds like the house finally saying, you know what, my bad. I've been expensive. Let me spot you this time. But then you look closer and realize that this is not helping you. It's not the house helping you. This is a house opening a tab in your name. And that's what a reverse mortgage really feels like. It feels like your own house went to finance school behind your back. Suddenly, it's not a building anymore. It's a very polite debt magician. Good news, you don't have to pay monthly. And you're like, fantastic. And it says, correct. We'll just collect later with interest, fees, conditions, and a ton of emotional damage. Because the way they explain it sounds simple. I mean, you're over 62, you've got equity, you pull cash out of the house, and the loan gets repaid later when you sell, move out, or die. Which, by the way, is one of the wildest sales lines in finance. No rush, pay us back when you die. That is not comforting. That sounds less like retirement planning and more like a vampire with paperwork, which is probably a really good analogy. But here's the thing. People hear no monthly mortgage payment and they think, that's fantastic. The pressure is going to be gone. But no, the pressure didn't leave. It just changed its clothes. That's the trick. Because the mortgage payment may disappear, but property taxes are still there. Insurance is still there. HOA dues, if you got them, are still there. Maintenance, definitely still there. And the roof does not care about your financial product. The roof is not like, hey, oh, I see you did a reverse mortgage. My apologies, I'll stop leaking. It doesn't work like that. The roof leaks harder out of respect. That's what makes it brutal. They remove one obvious bill, and suddenly all the other bills step forward like they've been waiting for their solo. It's like a boy band breakup. Mortgage leaves the group, and insurance is like, finally, my time. Taxes are in the background harmonizing. Maintenance comes in with a surprise album nobody asked for. And at first, that can mess with people because the relief feels real. And that's the dangerous part about reverse mortgages. In the short term, it can help. It can absolutely close a budget gap. If somebody's on a fixed income, if retirement money isn't stretching, if the house is paid off, but life is not, that cash, it can feel like oxygen. And when you're low on oxygen, you don't usually stop and ask a lot of philosophical questions. You're not sitting there like, before I sign, let me just model the long-term implications of integrational asset transfer. No, you're like everybody else. Can I stay here? Can I keep the lights on? Can I make this month behave? And that's why reverse mortgage ads work. They are not talking to people in a spreadsheet. They are talking to people in a something's got to give mood. And that's a very different type of mood to be in. Because once you're in that mood, the upfront costs don't sound like a giant red flag. They sound like a small print standing between you and some relief. But those fees are not small. Origination fees, mortgage insurance, appraisals, title charges, servicing fees, everybody gets a slice of that money. And by the end of it all, your own equity has been through a TSA checkpoint. Step aside. We need to inspect this liquidity, please. So people think they're unlocking a big pile of money, and then they realize a chunk of it never even made it to their own table. And that's when the reverse mortgage starts feeling less like cash from your house and more like your house charging an extraction fee. And I know some people hear this and say, well, it's still useful. I mean, sure, maybe in some instances. So is a parachute. That doesn't mean I want one handed to me because apparently the floor has disappeared. But that's the vibe, because the product enters the story at a very specific moment. Not when life feels abundant, not when people are bored and looking for exotic financial experiences. Nobody wakes up on Saturday like, honey, should we spice things up? I was thinking, hey, reverse mortgage. No, that's not how it works. Reverse mortgages enter when a household is already underwater, under pressure. I mean, the home might be paid off, but the bills aren't. Social Security is coming in, but not enough. Insurance moved, taxes moved, something in the house broke, because houses can smell vulnerability. That's when people start looking around like, wait, this thing was supposed to protect me, but it's now just sitting there, very valuable and completely unhelpful. And that is the emotional sweet spot this reverse mortgage product is aimed at. It's not, how do I optimize a portfolio? It's more like, how do I stop the month from tackling me in the kitchen? That's also why the family part gets so dark. Because later, when the borrower dies or permanently leaves the home, the loan comes due. And now the family entering the chat, grieving, stressed, trying to figure out paperwork, timelines, and balances, they may want to keep the house. They may not have the money. They may have 37 opinions and zero liquidity. And then suddenly, the home that looked like a family asset is now a timed group project nobody signed up for. And families always discover this in the most weird way possible, right? One person says, hey, mom wants us to keep the house. Another will say, with what money? And somebody else is Googling from the dining room table. The youngest cousin is pretending to be helpful while contributing absolutely nothing. So it's such an interesting time with this, but at the end of the day, that reverse mortgage sequel, they never put that in the commercial. They just sell you the ad.